Welcome to Circle of Healing Connection. This is Angela.
And this is Madhu,
We're here to bring you inspirations and empowerment.
as well as some practical advice for coping strategies. Today we have Savannah Finnesseyan with us.
Thanks for having me. Hi.
Well, Savannah, it's an honor to have you with us. Savannah is a registered clinical social worker practicing as an online psychotherapist who offers therapeutic online counseling for youth and young adults with concerns of self-esteem, parenting support, trauma and PTSD, grief and loss, and much more. Wow, that's great stuff, Savannah.
That's amazing. So,
Thank
Savannah,
you.
you decided to be in the mental health profession field at a young age. Would you like to share with us a bit about your story?
Yeah, sure. So I decided when I was about 12 or 13 years old that I wanted to work within the mental health field. And at the time, I was actually in the foster care system and facing many challenges with different social workers that I felt didn't really have the time to truly care or understand the different difficulties that I was going through at the time. And I felt that I had a few social workers that were disengaged. And at that time, I decided that I wanted to work with youth and young adults to give them a safe space to land, provide them with someone that they can lean on for support. So I ended up finishing a Master of Clinical Social Work degree at the University of Calgary. And at first, I ended up actually working in a hospital setting in Toronto. And then after a couple of years, I decided to pursue self-employment as an online psychotherapist for youth and young adults. And that's where I am currently. And I very much enjoy my work with teens and young adults. It's incredible to be able to offer youth some lived experience, which they can learn from and relate to. And I think I would have loved to have a therapist that was caring and empathetic and who I felt truly cared. So that's what I try to do in my practice.
Wow, I mean, you're giving me goosebumps. It's just incredible to see someone with that kind of passion, and not just passion alone, but the experience itself, like you have lived it and you can share with that, from that place. It's incredible. Um, Talking about teens, I know that the studies shows that the teen suicidal rates are becoming highest among any age group. Would you tell us, like, what's going on? What are the warning signs that we can be watchful for, or what are the risk factors that increase the risk of suicide attempts?
Sure, yes. So this is a very important issue that I would love to touch upon. As a social worker and a psychotherapist, I've encountered both youth and young adults who have struggled with suicidal ideation. Among people aged 15 to 24, suicide actually ranks as the second leading cause of death for people in that age group, which is just trailing behind deaths from unintentional motor vehicle accidents. So the numbers are quite high, and it's very concerning. And researchers say that the trend could be connected to the opioid crisis, just the added stressors that come with addiction, as well as social media playing a role in that increase. So that's what researchers are suggesting. A few warning signs that are specific to youth and young adults. So noticeable changes in eating or sleeping habits, unexplained or severe violent or rebellious behavior, withdrawing from family or friends, any changes in sexual behavior, drastic personality changes. So maybe if you had a youth that was quite outgoing usually, and then they start sort of withdrawing and becoming more shy or quiet, not hanging out with their friends as much. So little changes like that. Maybe you'll notice your teen being more restless or agitated, or having, maybe some panicked behavior. And they may even talk or write about committing suicide. And even if they're making jokes, that's a warning sign that that could be on their mind. Another thing that you may see is when they start giving away their prized possessions. So things that, they wouldn't usually just gift, gift to people. You might see them just giving it away or donating things. And then lastly would be doing worse in school. So maybe they stop going, or their grades start going down. They're no longer motivated to participate in regular school activities. And some risk factors. So, you know, things that I would like to mention would be family history of suicide. So previous suicide attempts, history of mental disorders like clinical depression, feeling hopeless, you know, impulsive or aggressive tendencies, isolation. So, you know, a feeling of being cut off from other people, and also barriers to accessing mental health treatment, or an unwillingness to seek help because of the stigma that's attached to mental health and substance abuse disorders, or to suicidal thoughts in general.
Wow. Thank you so much, Savannah, for sharing with us about all the risk factors. It will be very helpful to our viewers. So would you like to share with us about the protective factors? Maybe something can help youth to stay alive? And what's your advice for the parents on how they can help their teens to protect their mental health?
Sure. So, well, in terms of protective factors which can help youth to stay alive and how parents can support their teens, it's important to provide access to effective behavioral health care. So connectedness to individuals, family, community, social institutions, equipping your teens with life skills, like problem-solving skills, coping skills, ability to adapt to change. And then encouraging healthy self-esteem and a sense of purpose or meaning in life. And then finally, to keep an open door policy for your teen where they feel comfortable discussing their mental health with you.
Oh, this is like mind-blowing. I know as a mother of teen, I am at times struggling to just be that mother that my child might need. And these are actually some of really great points that I can apply in my life to be there and to be that like stronghold in, you know, our kids' life. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and insight with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Savannah. So if you like to learn more to protect your youth and take care of their mental health, you can go to circlehc.org and book a free session with our Savannah. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
For now.
Everybody.